Trey, what you got?
Guys, it's National Butterscotch Pudding Day.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, get yourself to the grocery store.
Shit on!
Get you some butterscotch pudding. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And look out for the episode.
Hot take.
Oh, man. It's also National Speak Like a Pirate Day.
Arr, it do be.
Arr, matey. Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, September 19th, 2022. Recording live from the Yay studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Hello. Along with me today, I have one Bob Aldrett.
I am one Bob Aldrett.
Indeed. And one Justin Moore.
I am one Justin Moore.
All right. There's a scheme happening today. I don't like it. As well as our resident statistician and historian, Trey Dishner.
How's it going?
I knew it. Dang. I knew he was going to say that.
It's going good. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We do appreciate it. A great episode in store. As always, everybody, be sure that you follow us at @yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the group.
As well as like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, all that good stuff. Share with friends. It helps a lot. Last week, we played What Did He Say? Speed Takes, Rapid Fire Trivia, and 7-man rotation, in which Bob gave us his top 7 forgotten teams. That was a pretty good list you had there.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was a great time, so be sure to check that episode out if you have not already. Now, this is the basketball game show. So, Justin, before we dive into the games, can we get an update on the scoreboard, please?
We can. Everybody watching at home, it's a bad day. Me and Robert lost all of our points last week.
Yes, we did.
And we're sitting here destitute at the bottom. If you can send us points, they can do that, right? They could.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope.
No, I guess not. Wow.
But I do need to
Tyrannical
own
leader over here.
I do need to own something, which I did not have to do, but I felt it was only right. So I redesigned our scoreboard a couple weeks ago, and in doing that, it was also the first week that we did all of our parlays. And in my attempt to create this new scoreboard that, let's say, you can see on screen now, maybe you might not. If not, okay, sorry. But in attempt of making that, I fumbled a couple numbers, and because of that, it gave me a falsified lead last week. I did have a lead, and a fairly sizable one, but not the lead that we originally thought it was. Yeah. So because of that, being your humble host and game master, I am reducing 1,000 points from my total score because of my error last week. It wouldn't have changed anything for you guys. You still would have been in last. Nobody could have caught me if they were right or wrong, no matter what. But just because I want to own that, 1,000 points off for me to start the week. Now, update on the overall standings.
Overall standings, Trey, you're in second place.
Ooh, moving on up.
1,760 points.
Good year.
Fear Michael is in first with 3,920 points.
I think I just did a good thing. What are you talking
that's
about?
what they all say.
All right, everybody. Well, if you want to keep track of all of our game picks, as well as chat with us, ask us questions, or give us game ideas, which is a fun one. We love having those conversations. Hit the link in the description of this episode and join our Chalkboard group chat. It is a fun and free way to support the show, so we really hope that you do that. Okay. We better get to it. As always, a great one in store for you today, so we're going to dive in with everyone's favorite game.
What did he say?
Not a game.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's right. It's What Did He Say? The rules for this game are very simple. I will play an audio clip of an NBA personality, player, coach, or analyst. It will be your job, Justin and Bob, to work as a team to guess who or what that person is talking about. In the event of an incorrect guess, Trey and I will receive the 100 points. If you get it, you guys get the points. 4 clips today. Are you ready to get started?
I think so.
Okay, let's get to it then. Hey, question. What is NBA Commissioner Adam Silver talking about in this clip?
Some of the players are conflicted and some of the teams are conflicted about what's right here. As we sit down in our collective bargaining cycle, it'll clearly be on the table. how much more we potentially can be doing to help youth basketball.
What is Adam Silver talking about in that clip?
I thought it was going one way, and then it went a completely other way.
They went to the youths.
Yeah.
And speaking with the youths and about the youths, probably talking about changing the age restriction from 19 to 18. Ooh. Probably not talking about the midseason tournament, which is what I thought he was talking about until he said the youths.
The youths. Yeah.
The youths. It's a hard
Yeah, and so even when, the collective bargaining agreement, that's, again, it's to throw you off a little bit.
Oh, no.
So that's why I do think it is the 19 to 18 age limit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The youths, please.
The year 1918? Is that what he's talking about?
Yep. The Young Guns from 1918.
It was a Hail Mary. Let's see.
Cincinnati Young
I
Guns.
think there's an opportunity. It's a larger conversation than just whether we go from 19 to 18, but I'm on record.
That is correct. Yep. He's talking about the possibility that the NBA and NBA Players Association come to terms in the new CBA to lower the minimum entry from age to the NBA from age 19 to 18, essentially most likely getting rid of one-and-done players in college. Thoughts on this, Bob?
I feel like this is such a I feel like this is the final answer. It has to be. You know what I mean? Ever since they changed it from you have to play at least 1 year in college and then to move on or what have you. It just seems like this has to be the end of the discussion, right?
Okay.
That's kind of how I see it. You know what I mean?
I guess we're done talking.
It has to be.
It's been a great episode, guys.
Justin, thoughts on this?
I like it and I don't like it. I do think the original kind of point of going, hey, go to college for a year, I do think really helps kids grow. There is the argument to be made that you're just a professional now. You're an adult. You can go make your own decisions, sink or swim kind of situation. So I do think it helped kids in one aspect, but I also can see the point of like getting the best player out there, a la LeBron James and Dwight Howard. How often do those come out?
Right.
But we'll have a lot more kids maybe sink rather than swim with this scenario.
Now, Trey, I saw you have a kind of a back and forth with a friend of yours on Facebook. So I know you've got some thoughts on this. I'm curious to hear.
Yeah, I think that they should lower it to 18. From 19 to 18, what's the big difference other than that they're taking a risk of going to college, maybe getting hurt, losing out on that money that they could be making in the NBA. And it's an IQ and skill game. I think that, if they're able to compete, we've seen Kobe, LeBron, Kevin Garnett, Tracy McGrady, to name a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole long list that are staples in the NBA. So I do think that they should go that route. And the last couple of years, people have been going G League anyways.
Right.
Jalen Green, Josh Christopher, Jonathan Kuminga. So I think they, like he said, what's the other answer?
Yeah, I agree. So drop it. I do think the timing is a little funny now that the NIL rules are implemented and all that. Now that the players can get paid, psych. Now, granted, they're getting paid at a much higher scale in the NBA, but that is assuming that they actually make NBA money. It's like you said, Trey, a lot of guys don't make it to the league first. Now, that hasn't been an option. A lot of guys jump into the G League. Zaire Wade is going that route. Some people thought that Bronny might do it. I'm for it. I want them to get their money, but I do think there is a level to be said about college development to a degree. I do not like college basketball, so do not get me wrong here. But I just think that a year with a guy like a Calipari or, like he's a great coach, or a Bill Self or somebody like that who can really kind of implement that team game into a player's mentality can help them a bit. Justin, you had something?
Yeah, well, my big thing about it is I think on a personal level, you grow a little bit more when you go to college versus just jump into NBA money. But I now think now the NIL money was coming through, that the NBA now has the opportunity to milk all these players for all they're worth in their own little league.
Yeah.
And be like, well, you're going to play in this minor league. We're going to do the MLB. So maybe we get more basketball that way that we maybe don't care about as much. But the NBA gets money out of them and college programs don't get money out of them.
Maybe we start caring more about the G League.
We won't.
I think it's possible. I mean, the more, we probably would have said the same thing. I won't get into too much detail here, but we probably would have said the same thing about certain other leagues several years ago. I mean, the sport keeps evolving. We're 75 years in, and really it's been the last 20 years that it's exploded internationally and from high school to the pros and college and all that. So I think you're probably right, Bob, that the G League would start to get a little bit more attention. How much, at least initially, I don't know. But let's just say there's a guy like a Zion. And, well, not a Zion, because I guess he would go directly to the league. But a guy like he's a second half first round pick, and he's not confident that he's going to get taken. Yep. And instead, he just goes straight to the G League. That's a good idea to get more eyeballs on the sport. So I'm all for it. I like it.
Maybe they expand the whole draft that way. You just have more people get drafted in, and then you do more rounds, and then those players go to the G League or they go wherever.
I mean, there's going to be a discussion when that happens, or whenever we get a couple of expansion teams in a couple of years anyways. So, okay, good job, guys. Obviously, 100 points to you. Question 2 now. Who is Donovan Mitchell talking about in this clip?
After the season ended, we had spoke, we talked about let's try and do this, as a group and, make changes if need be, but not myself or big fella, let's just run it back. And that was a tough one because I didn't know what was happening, and then that happened and you lose your best friend on the team. Not even just a best friend, but a best friend in life.
Who is Donovan Mitchell talking about in that clip?
Well, he did say friend. Mm-hmm. He said big fella.
The big fella.
You would think, Gobertson.
Right.
Still no.
Is that his first name, last name?
Yeah, and his first name is Rudelio.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Rudelio Gobertson.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Not a lot of people know that, actually. But they weren't, I don't really remember them being kind of friendly. Are you talking about maybe like, I would say pre-shutdown stuff, and then they weren't friends anymore. So obviously, because no one saw, it was a surprise, so I don't really understand what's going on with it.
Bob, thoughts?
I think it could be another player because he puts it in terms of like, just the simple fact that he said the big fella. But it also kind of sounds like he was talking to potentially new owner. Potentially, someone comes in and he says, hey, we're not going to blow anything up. We're not going to do all of this.
Is he talking about Danny Ainge?
I kind of think he's talking about Ainge.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he's a big fella, but he would be a big fella.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like it. Let's go. Dannerson.
No. Danny Ainge, final answer?
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow.
So let me take it back to June 30th. This is a big moment in the NBA. Kevin Durant announces he's asked for a trade. But like 10 minutes before that, the Utah Jazz trade Royce O'Neal.
No. He's talking about Royce O'Neal and what it was like losing his best friend on the team. So that one's a little tricky. I wouldn't necessarily call it a gotcha because Danny Ainge is way out of left field in my mind, at least. But it was kind of noted that Royce O'Neal and Donovan Mitchell were like best fast friends off the court. So that's what he's talking about there. And he kind of dives into what he thought after the Jazz traded Royce O'Neal for a pick, because that was the first sign of, something's up. So
what's going on in Utah?
Going on in Utah? And he also goes on to say, Wendy asks him, how close were you to being in New York, Nick? And Mitchell goes, really close. Much closer than everybody probably thinks. I know more than others do, and it was about to happen. This is a hypothetical, so we don't need to spend too long on it, but what did you think of the whole Knicks switch up to the Cavs? Do you think the Knicks should have sold their future for it?
So I always go back to that clip where the Knicks beat the Hawks in just a regular season game outside of Madison Square Garden, and Knicks fans were losing it, okay? They were going absolutely crazy. So I think Knicks fans and the Knicks in general kind of wanted someone as impactful to a team like a Trae Young could be, like a Donovan Mitchell could be. So they were so into the idea of that. And, it could have been something much greater, but, we live with what we got, and I like it.
Now we've got Donovan Mitchell and the Cavaliers. Justin, thoughts?
I don't think the Knicks should have gone all in at all. I think they're starting to finally do something correct for once as a Knicks franchise. So we'll see how they kind of go with all these young players and see if they can kind of grow a little bit.
Trey.
Yeah, I think that the Cavs did, or Donovan should have went to the Cavs. I don't think the Knicks should have sold on them.
Because, I mean, if you look at the Knicks roster, he makes them a 8 seed, maybe, if he has a career year.
Yeah.
The Cavs, on the other hand, a couple years from now, we might be talking about, Cavs finals run. So
And it just fits better with Donovan, with the players that are already on the Cavs.
yeah, definitely. Good call.
To the Knicks.
Alrighty, guys. Question 3 now. So 100 points to us, 100 points to you. Dead even into question 3 now. Hey, quick question. Who is Greg Popovich talking to in this clip?
You don't need me, that's for sure. But it was great watching you guys play. It's been great watching you on TV. And the way you execute, the way you play physically, it's just beautiful to watch, honestly. I always tell my teams the sweetest wins are which ones?
The ones on the road.
The ones on the road, baby.
The ones on the road, baby. Who is Greg Popovich talking to in this clip?
Is this an AAU team or something?
I want to know who opened the door not once but twice.
Like
while
4
Greg
times.
Popovich is talking. Like, hey, calm it down, guys. Who wants to leave the room? I'm out. I can't listen to Greg anymore.
What's the best MAYB team right now? Obviously, kidding.
I was like, huh? I would assume he's talking to one-time protege. Her name is escaping me now.
Becky Hamilton?
Yes, Hampton. Yep.
Hampton, thank you.
Bacilius Hamptonius, the head coach of the Aces. And I think that might be where it's at. I think it's definitely her because they just won.
They did.
They beat my Storm first, which sucked. And then they went on to win the title.
Your Storm. Okay.
My
Gotcha.
17th favorite team.
Storm, final answer?
Yes. What? No, not Storm. Becky Hammond.
Oh, Becky Hammond?
Hammond.
Let's see.
Wilson, the rebound, and this season has come up aces. The city of Las Vegas has its first major professional title. The Las Vegas Aces, your 2022 WNBA champions.
Oh, are you?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. The question was, who is he talking to? He is now. If I want to get you on a technicality,
You can't because he was speaking to her.
he was not. He was actually talking to the team.
Was
and
she in the room?
They were both addressing
She was the one
Justin,
leaving.
let me do the
But
negotiating.
like I said, if I wanted to get you on a technicality, I could, but I'm not going to. We'll give it to you.
100 each.
Yes, 100 each for you guys.
Okay.
Yes, good job.
See, that's why I do the negotiating here.
Yes,
You didn't even do anything.
We got our
I.
points. Let's rock away.
I
Come on.
appreciate that. You're right.
Yep, you're
When you
right.
get the answer, you're gonna hang up the phone.
In a way, yeah, you're right. He is talking to your WNBA champion Las Vegas Aces after their 78-71 Game 4 victory over the Sun to clinch the City of Las Vegas's first pro sports title. Incredible series performance, honestly, all postseason long from the Aces. I'm sure you guys weren't probably buckled down watching every game, but thoughts on this Aces run and Asia and Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum. Thoughts on that squad, Bob?
That squad is stacked, honestly. From what we've seen in the WNBA, I mean, Becky just proved all the doubters wrong. Being a rookie head coach, winning in the first year, it's really impressive. And I think it has a lot to say about the WNBA and more so than ever how important it is to have essentially just like a coherent, well put together management group around a WNBA team. And I think that's so important right now, more than it's ever been. And I think you guys are kind of picking up what I'm saying here.
Agreed.
Yep.
It's very important to have like a supporting group around a WNBA team and the right leaders in place.
Justin.
I hear you. If it wasn't for my staunch support of the Storm, I would be very excited. But good for them. That's all I have for them because they beat the greatest team in WNBA history, the greatest franchise that's ever existed. And I don't know why we're not talking about it more. It's more of like beating up on somebody else, bullying. Honestly.
Okay, Trey. Thoughts on the Aces win?
Yeah, I'm happy for them. It's their first title, Becky Hammond's first title. She's a great coach, great player as well. Asia Wilson was great, averaging 20 points. She had 10 rebounds and 2 assists. Chelsea Gray had 21, 3 and 7. And Kelsey Plum had 17 points, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. So they were like the huge factors in that win.
Yeah, I mean they had their 3-headed monster. Those three. Chelsea Gray really came out in the last 2 rounds of that playoff run. Chelsea Gray, of course, named Finals MVP. A'ja Wilson, regular season MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and obviously Coach of the Year in Becky Hammon. I don't want to spend too long on this, but do we think that we kind of mentioned this a moment ago before we started recording here? Do we think that Becky could get an NBA job now? Before I go there, real quick, off the top of your head, how long was Becky Hammon in the NBA? Was she coaching in the NBA? I know the answer here, Trey.
I want to say 2 years.
Dude, no, like 5-6 years.
5-6 years.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
5-6
I'd
years.
say 4. Hang on, when you say that,
4?
you mean any kind of coaching?
Well, she only had 1 gig in the NBA. She was athletic trainer or whatever with the Spurs. How long was she with the Spurs? 5-6 years, 4 years. 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, she accepted the Aces job in January. She was there from 2014 to 2022.
Does this actually make it her first title?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess not.
yeah.
But as a player or a coach, yes.
It's crazy what having good leadership does to you. You know, having Pop around her probably influenced her.
Oh
a lot.
yeah. I mean, the greatest coach.
Mentorship.
Yeah, greatest coach ever. He really clearly imparted some of his wisdom on her, and also maybe even not. I mean, she's phenomenal. She's amazing, and the Aces and Becky Hammon in particular deserve all their flowers. A'ja Wilson was incredible. Chelsea Gray was incredible. We were watching that Storm Aces game in round 2, and Chelsea Gray was unreal. I mean, really exciting basketball to watch. So that's kind of something that we were talking about earlier that I was going to bring up, but didn't want to spoil the answer to this one. Was that 10 years ago we probably would have said WNBA champ who, but now it's like they're amazing games to watch because these players are so skilled and so talented. So. All right. Question 4 now. So we give you that one. All right. So 200 points to 100 points. It was a little tricky. I didn't want to try to cheat you out of that. So question 4 now. Who is Kendrick Perkins talking about in this clip?
Being away from the game of basketball, and although it was due to injury, you missed the game. I think he's going to come back healthy. He had more than enough time to rest. He hasn't really looked good in the regular season. He always turned it up in the postseason, but I expect us to see an all-star version, 22 points a game a night, maybe 25.
Who is Kendrick Perkins talking about in that clip?
Well,
Is this the third week in a row he's used a Kendrick Perkins
yeah.
clip?
I think he's got a crush on him. It's okay.
Well, I mean, he did use
I don't
Bill
think it
Simmons
is.
2 weeks in a row, and he definitely has a crush on Bill Simmons.
Big one. So he's talking about players that have been hurt for a while, coming back. Maybe my first thought when he was like turns it up before he said turns it up in the postseason was Ben Simmons because no, but turns it up in the postseason. You know who does that?
Say Triple J.
No,
Who's that?
Who's that?
Kawhi Leonard.
He is a big Clippers guy. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perk talks about the Clippers often.
Coming off injury, always turns it up in the postseason. He stopped 2 of the greatest teams ever from winning titles. Like he's the guy, you know.
Yeah.
Good point.
Okay. Yeah. You went with mine last time, so I'm gonna go with yours this
I like that.
Kawhi? Let's see.
But I expect us to see an all-star version, 22 points a game a night, maybe 25, around that range, Jamal Murray. Nope.
No, he's talking about Jamal Murray and what he expects from the Nuggets guard as he makes his return from a torn ACL. We're gonna have a whole preseason predictions pod. I know that Trey, you're high on the Nuggets. I was high on the Nuggets last year, hoping that they would get Jamal back in time for the playoffs. They did not. Of course, Nuggets president is friend of the show, Calvin Booth.
Yes.
You seem to run into him a lot.
I do. I've run into him 3 separate times now. He's a big fan. I hope you're listening. Thoughts on Jamal Murray's return, Bob?
I think it's so easy to forget how good he was bringing those teams back 3-1 in the series in the bubble. Like he was so good. And
Amazing.
to leave him and not have him for almost 2 years. 2 years about. I mean, it's going to be something really fantastic to watch.
Justin.
I want every NBA player to be healthy for the season. I think we all want to see really good basketball. I just think the Nuggets are about to be kind of like the Phoenix Suns, in my opinion, where they're more trending down. They've been there for so long, like so close, you just kind of get tired and you just can't get there, and you kind of just slowly kind of dissolve. Like we see so many other teams from history, right? They kind of get there and they're like almost there, and then they just fade away. You know, a la the Hawks back in the day, the Raptors with DeRozan and Lowry.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen. But I'm excited for him to come back.
Trey?
I'm excited for him to get back too. He's a big part of the Nuggets team. We saw without him and Porter, what the Nuggets did last year. I mean, Jokic did what he could, but if he could get back to how he was playing in the bubble, you know, he was averaging 26, 6, and 4. I think he had multiple 40-plus. There was 3 40-plus games in a row, with one of them being
a 50
points.
Yeah,
and he's the only player to score 50 points and not shoot a free throw. So
amazing. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he's that, and he shot 45% from the field. So he's definitely somebody that needs to be on the court for them. If he can just stay healthy, that's the big question.
That's the big question.
Yeah.
It's the other big question about a guy that I was going to ask you about. Somebody else I know you're high on, Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Thoughts on MPJ?
That's the big thing. I'm a big Mizzou fan. I know we got some KU guys in here. I got to see him play 3 games at Missouri because of his back. It seems to be a lingering issue. They just gave him a max contract.
Yeah.
He got paid, and then he went out and got hurt.
Sure.
So, I mean, I've been seeing some tape from the Rico Hines runs, and he's been looking really good. Hopefully he can transition and do that on the court. So, very high on the Nuggets this year. Let's just hope that they can get their 3-headed monster back on the court.
Quickly, is the Jamal Murray bubble run the same as Anthony Davis's bubble run? Bob, yes or no?
Yes.
Justin?
No. It has to be.
It's not.
It's not. So you're saying he can replicate that?
I'm saying like Jamal Murray can do that again.
Jamal Murray replicates his bubble run again. You think that we've just seen the beginning of that?
Yeah, I think Jamal Murray will come back. I think he'll be stronger, honestly. I think he'll come back and he'll be playing. He'll be playing
those kind of games.
Numbers, yeah.
Okay, I hope so. I agree. I don't think it's the unicorn miracle once in a lifetime run. I hope that he can get back to that level. If so, look out for the Nuggets. Okay, so we draw dead even on that game, right?
We did.
Well, that everybody. So 200 and 200.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that everybody was. What did he say? Great job, everyone. Great job, everyone. Now, we've talked about this in the past 3-4 weeks now. It is the off season, so we have to get a little creative. So we're going to dig into our bag with a brand new game, and this one's called What's the Play?
So what's the play here?
Okay, so what's the play?
So what's the play?
What's the play?
Dirty.
Welcome to What's the Play. Here's how this one works. I will give you some details and facts about a singular play in NBA history. It will be your job, Justin and Bob, to work as a team to guess the play. Get it right, you get the points. Get it wrong, Trey and I receive the points. The points increase in difficulty as we move along. Are you ready to get started?
Let's give it a try.
All right.
Let's see.
We'll give it a go.
Play number 1, question 1, worth 25 points. It's Game 7. Tied at 89. Neither team has scored in over 4 minutes of game time. The home team attempts a shot, and it is blocked. The score would remain tied until the 53-second mark. Justin and Bob, what's the play?
Well,
Huh.
hi.
Fascinating.
So, a quick question.
Quick answer.
Do we need the play or just like the game? Like, do I need to be like, oh, this was Jimmy 2 Feet on the block on Jimmy DeGardaboos, and then, you know?
These are plays that
The slingshot.
nearly have titles. They have names.
Okay. He says block.
So in the future, maybe it'll be, Game 5 when so-and-so did that, maybe. Because I don't think one of them doesn't have a name.
Okay.
But You know the play. If you describe the play properly, we'll
figure it
give you
out.
the points.
I got you.
Is this a LeBron block from behind?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember the score of that game being that low, but I also just don't remember the score of that game that often like that. I just remember the block, right?
Right. Did he posterize Jason Terry, or was it Jason Terry that got blocked in that Celtics Heat
Jason
matchup?
Terry did the postering.
Yeah. Jet got postered.
Yeah, but there was no.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So
we're
there
talking
was
about
no
block. Yeah.
I was trying to remember if it was a
I
block
thought,
or if it was
what?
posterization.
Huh? I'm thinking Iggy block.
Keep
I'm
up.
thinking Iggy block. I'm thinking. That's what, the only thing I think of. There was a bunch of boom because I think he would want to get that out of the way faster and not give us enough points for it because it's so iconic.
Which one?
The block, the one that ruined your life.
See, I blocked that one out mentally, I
Nah,
guess.
it blocked it a little. I think it's the block.
one there.
Given that it's the block, but I think he goes down and scores. I don't know. That's all I can think about is that block. Because you say the word block because he blocked it, so it's a block.
Okay.
not.
So
Final?
you want to go
LeBron's
LeBron
block.
blocking?
Iguodala?
Yeah, again, doesn't. No, let's do it. Of course,
I don't know what
Yes?
you're talking about. Yeah, sure.
Final answer?
Why not?
Let's see how we feel. No, here it is. Let's see how we feel here.
Rebound taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection. Yep.
That
one
is
there.
correct.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Totally forgot that happened. What?
You blocked it
I'm
out,
sure
didn't
you
you? One of the most amazing plays, probably the defining moment in LeBron's career when they beat the 2016 Warriors. Yeah, that's the LeBron
I was salty
block.
too, Bob.
Yeah.
I was salty.
You were rooting for the Warriors that
I was-
series?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a big
Still
Monte Ellis
underdogs.
fan. So like he, with the Warriors, with the Baron Davis and him, I was rooting for Steph.
Yeah,
But-
man.
Odd. Okay.
I was not a
you were
big LeBron
rooting
fan.
For the man that stole Monte's spot? That's who you were rooting for?
Yeah, they actually
Okay.
paid Steph and said, "See ya."
Yeah, they did say see you to Monte Ellis. Okay, good job. 25 points for you. Question 2 is worth 50 points. Are you ready?
Sure.
It's game 6. The home team is down 3 with 8 seconds to play. After a rebound, a 3-pointer is made, sending the game to overtime, where the home team would force a game 7. Worth 50 points.
50 big ones.
50 big old buckaroonies.
I have an idea. Do you have an idea?
Oh, go for it. I want to hear it.
No, I want to hear.
No,
hear
teach
yours.
me.
No, tell me.
I want to listen.
Teach
No,
me.
You're
teach
actually going to
babe.
tell me first.
You know what I mean?
You tell me
I
first.
definitely think it's Ray Allen in the corner.
Corner Ray 3?
Corner Ray 3.
So
Hits a 3,
Yeah.
ties the game, they go on to win that game, then they go on to win the series in the next game, obviously.
Kawhi's 3 against the Sixers didn't force a game 7. It ended the Sixers' run.
It ended the game.
Yeah. Okay.
And it wasn't a 3, it was a 2.
So I guess we have our answer.
Yeah.
What
Ray,
is it?
Ray corner 3.
Ray corner 3. Let's see. Maybe in a moment. This is. I'm juggling like 4 apps, guys. Be careful. Here we go.
Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Yes, correct. Yes, of course, it's Ray Allen's shot where he hits the. So LeBron hits the first 3, comes down, hits that first 3, misses the second one. He's wide open on the shoulder again, and Bosh just sees Ray Allen, dumps it to him.
Yep.
One of the craziest shots of all time.
knew it
Backpedaling,
was going in.
tiptoes, like just over the line.
Yeah.
Norris Cole jumps about 18 feet in the air when the ball gets released. And yes, game is tied, goes to overtime. Crazy overtime, low scoring overtime. And then Chris Bosh blocks Danny Green's fadeaway 3-point shot to force a game 7. And the Heat win in 7 games in 2013.
Yes. Has a shot ever hurt Skip Bayless more?
Oh my God, Skip Bayless must have.
He talks about that shot more than anybody else in the world has ever talked about that shot.
out, but shut up. All right.
Shut up.
Good job. So 75 total points to you. On to question 3 now. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 3 is worth 75 points. It's game 1.
Okay.
1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in overtime. The home team trails 101-99. The away team scores a baseline fadeaway, pushing their lead to 4 and securing them the Game 1 win. Hey, Bob and Justin.
Oh, hey.
What's the play?
Is this? We've done LeBron twice, pretty much now, right? He wasn't playing the other one, but boom.
He
2
wouldn't
big
do a
LeBron
triple
games.
LeBron.
He would.
He might, but he might go to the other guy. I was waiting for a who. Sorry.
There it is.
I think maybe is it the? No, that wasn't game 1. I was thinking the push off Jordan at the, and that's not a baseline shot anyway. Is it? I don't know. Honestly.
This is, I think it's clearly exactly what you said. Push baseline, yeah, for sure.
Insightful.
Which one?
Yeah, definitely.
The Jordan push-off game, or
Yeah.
is this a Kobe Bryant shot?
Is it?
Or
Kobe Bryant, maybe,
would Shaq do something like that?
definitely not.
Shaq, known for his baseline fadeaways.
Just throwing it out there.
I gotta go big shots. It's not Big Shot Bob. He only hits 3s. Is it Kobe Bryant with the Lakers?
I'm gonna need more than that.
Why? That's what you
Game
just, you know what I mean?
No.
Of what
All
what
of
series?
these-
2000?
Are they all finals games or are they just playoff games?
This one is a finals game,
Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
which I gave you an extra clue there, which I did not have to.
2001 finals, 2002 finals? Which finals do you want?
I want 2002.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I want Allen Iverson. 2001 was it?
What's the
I
play?
have no idea.
Allen Iverson hitting the shot and stepping over Ty Lue.
The step over?
Sure.
Final answer?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's
We're not gonna get
see.
it anyway.
Here we go.
103 left in overtime. 101.99. Here's Iverson. Lou the defender. Stays right with him. Allen wants to go. Wants the baseline. Fade away. Yes. He's way too good.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think I gave it
How'd
to
you
you by
put-
saying the finals.
No, you're good at that, dude.
Whoa.
He like out of the wind, just like right at the last
Whoa.
second, like nope.
I might have really screwed up by
No.
saying the finals.
No, I don't think that gave too much away.
I don't think that you really gave it away with that.
No, there's been
No.
75 finals in history.
That's fair. Okay, well, good job.
That's
Damn.
crazy. Good job, Justin.
150 total points to you. Wow, you guys are cleaning up.
Beautiful.
All right, good job. Okay, last one here. Are you ready?
I guess.
Okay. Question 4 worth 100 points. Overtime. Tied at 118 with 10 seconds remaining. The away team gets a rebound, opts to not use their final timeout, and makes a 30-footer to take the lead with 0.6 of a second remaining. They would go on to win the game. Hey, Bob. Hey, Justin. What's the play?
What do you think about it?
Sounds like a Warriors game.
It does.
Sounds like
Hey, question? This is a finals game?
I'm not going to answer that.
That's not fair.
I did before and helped you. I'm out. This is question 4.
I think I know exactly what it is, but go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing. What's that? What are you thinking? You thinking the
I
Warriors?
didn't have the specific game or anything like that, but that's
Okay.
definitely where I went.
Somebody hits a 30-footer. They don't use their timeout.
Yeah, it's all
Is
confidence.
this Damian Lillard over Paul George?
Oh.
Dame time. Bye-bye.
I like
Is it?
this against the Oklahoma City Thunder series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we're thinking?
That's what I'm thinking.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Let's
Give it to me.
see. Let's see.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
No, it's the Steph Curry
you had
double
it.
bang against the Thunder.
Double bang.
The double bang.
Got 'em.
Alrighty, guys, we're starting to run low on time here. That was What's the Play?
So what's the play here?
Okay, so what's the play?
Too confident.
What's the play?
A fun game.
It's fun.
It's good. We'll do that in the future. I like that quite a bit. Okay, now, we've been doing this podcast for quite a while, and something that you will very rarely see is me participating in the games just because of the technical side of things. It's a little bit difficult, but I realize there's a game that we can play, that I can play at least, that I don't really need to man the technical side of things. So with that, we're going to dive in, and today, Trey, you and I are going to be playing Rapid Fire Trivia.
Let's go.
Basketball. Yeehaw, basketball. All right, Justin.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. So, in Rapid Fire Trivia, very straightforward game. You will each have 60 seconds to correctly answer as many random NBA trivia questions as you can in a rapid fire fashion. You will each get one attempt. Each correct answer is worth
25?
25.
25 is what we were doing last week, yes.
And I will be the judge of all of this also.
Okay.
Okay.
Just made that up.
No, that's fine. We can do that
Are
if
we
you want to be.
Thinking of a number?
Think of a number between 1 and 7.
Ooh, I'm going to go 6.
I'm going to go 2.
It was 3. So, Trey, would you like to go first or would you like to defer?
We're going to let Michael go first.
Okay.
I wanted to go first anyways.
Okay.
Bring it on. All right.
All right. So you are still in charge of the time over there.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna tap the thing when you say it's time. 60 seconds on the clock.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I'm on board now, and let's do it. What point guard is celebrating their 24th birthday today?
Cole Anthony.
Trey Young. How tall is Trey Young?
6'2".
6'1".
Damn.
How many shots has Trey Young taken in his career?
3011.
5,589. How many All-Stars has Trey Young played with?
3. Wait,
There
it
it
played
is.
with? Like players?
Yeah.
Oh, 3.
Yep. That is correct. That's actually one. There you go. Who led the league in rebounds in 1992?
Karl Malone.
Dennis Rodman. How many boards did he average that season?
14.
18.7. Which current player is one spot ahead of Dennis Rodman all time in rebounds per game?
Kareem.
Andre
No, he's
Drummond. That's a
third.
current player.
Current.
Which team did Rodman play his last game for?
Portland.
The Dallas Mavericks. Who has the most steals in Mavericks history?
Steve Nash.
Derek Harper. How old is Derek Harper today?
48.
60.
Okay.
You got one, though.
I got 1. I'll take it. I'll take those 25
On this
points.
side, it's not as fun.
Yeah, I mean. Okay. Understood. No, you're right. You got me there. Okay.
1 second. Let me add this to your total.
Thank you.
Now, are you ready, Trey?
I think so.
60-ish seconds on the clock.
60-ish seconds on the clock, and do it. Which team won the title the year after Derek Harper retired?
The Bulls.
The Lakers. How many All-NBAs does Kobe Bryant have?
He has 14.
15. How many All-NBAs does Shaquille O'Neal have?
14.
There it is. How many blocks does Shaq have in his career?
2,324.
Close, 2,732.
Damn.
Where does Shaq rank all time in blocks?
Number 6.
8. How tall is Dwayne Wade?
6'5".
6'4". How many different teams did Dwayne Wade play for?
He played for 2.
He played for 3. How many shots did Dwayne Wade miss in his career?
He missed. Dwayne Wade missed 2,000 shots.
10,775. What year was Shane Battier drafted?
2002.
2001.
Damn.
What team was he drafted by?
He was drafted by the Houston Rockets.
Memphis Grizzlies. How many years was Shane Battier in the league?
10.
13.
Each get 1?
Yep.
How
Hey, you
are
want
we
you
gonna
got
do
you want
this?
the last 2 questions? They're fun for me.
1 for him, 1 for me. Let's see if we
Sure.
get it.
Okay. Let's just do it.
All right. Michael, how many teammates did Shane Battier have in his 13-year career?
312.
124. Hey, Trey, what franchise has the most losses in the last 25 seasons?
Ooh.
That is going to be. It's Rapid. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, whatever.
Just give me
Just
an answer
answer.
at this point.
I was thinking Detroit, but let's go Charlotte.
The New York Knicks. Just so you know, all of these things did have things in common with each other. They all they led to all the other ones.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah.
So they all made sense when you think about it.
You got to think about that for next week when you're playing.
Good job, guys.
I'll do it every week. I don't care.
Good job. That was rapid fire trivia.
We tied.
Yeah,
14.
25 points total. All right, everybody. Well, now that we've got all these points, you're probably wondering, hey, well, what are they going to do with all these points? And to you, I say we gamble them away, and props to you.
This week, an exciting props to you. Give me 1 second, please, as I input these points. Now, Michael, you were the big loser this week because you did score a hefty negative 675 points. But that's okay. You're right there. You're still in the lead. You did pick
scoreboard-wise,
Steelers.
Yeah. So
to win on
WNBA
Thursday. Yeah, we don't have any basketball.
WNBA is over. Euro ball is over. So we got to go to football, I guess, for a couple weeks. Preseason's coming up. So as you see, I'm wearing the Steelers hat. I will probably lose, so I'm going to put a very modest 200 points.
200 big ones.
On my Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now, Bob, you went another route. You went to college basketball.
That is correct.
And you
I
are picking
chose
KU football.
College football.
Sorry.
Yeah, college football. I chose the Kansas Jayhawks on a hot streak. Best start we've had since 2009. I mean, starting 3-0 is insane. So I believe we will take Duke down, and I'll put all 350 points
all
on it.
350 big ones.
Rock shock, yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals. I've got 350 points as well, and I'm going to put all those down. Why not at this point?
Kind of gotta. Trey? What's going on with Trey?
Over there, Trey, you do have a big 2,110 points.
You know what?
Want the Chiefs?
I'm going to go all in on the Chiefs
There it
because, you know, the
is.
Chiefs are rocking and rolling.
Who they play?
The Colts, who just played like
it's just free points.
Garbage.
It's just free points. I'm gonna take the Sun to come up tomorrow.
We play like complete garbage against the Colts, so we don't have the best look.
I mean, you're still gonna win that game though.
Easily.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I said, those are easy free points.
No, the Colts are actually going to win that game. The Colts always go in there and win that game.
Is it at home for the Chiefs?
Good question. I do not know.
If it's at home,
they don't have Andrew Luck, so I'm not worried.
He threw a pass to himself to beat you last time. So I don't think
All right, everybody. If you want to keep track of all of our game picks as well as chat with us, ask us questions, or give us some game ideas, hit the link in the description of this episode to join our Chalkboard group chat. It's a fun and free way to support the show. Now, real quickly before we get out of here, you might notice that Bob, Justin, and Trey are wearing some pretty cool NBA merch. Bob's got the Grateful Dead Warriors shirt, NBA Jam Wizards for Justin, and the Rugrats Lakers shirt for Trey. That is one of our sponsors of the show, Homage. And if you like those tees, they have a bunch of NBA teams and a bunch of collaborations, SpongeBob, stuff like that. So hit the link in our bio as that for the description of this episode as well for that, and go check out some of their NBA merch. Okay, Bob, what you got for the people?
Thank you so much for listening. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us on Yay Basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Just a reminder, we are recording live from the Yay studio.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Justin, what do you have for the people?
For the people, I just, what Bob says.
Add me on the ground.
Thank you so much for listening. As always,
Trey, what you got?
Guys, it's National Butterscotch Pudding Day.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, get yourself to the grocery store.
Shit on.
Get you some butterscotch pudding. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And look out for the episode.
Hot take.
Oh, man. It's also National Speak Like a Pirate Day.
It do be.
Arr, matey. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate it. We got a lot of exciting things coming, so stay tuned. Be sure you stick around throughout the week. We got a lot of exciting things on TikTok and YouTube. We love you. Don't forget, Yay Basketball.